Welcome back, my chess friends, to Chess Cruncher. This is a game between me, Bags, I'm black, and my opponent, Age, which is white. I'll show you how it began and how it ends, and I'll give you some just some words of wisdom at the very end as well. Okay, so let us begin. My opponent did d4. I played d5. We're both challenging the center. He played e3. I played c5. He played c3. The reason is he's guarding against me taking the d4 pawn. So I took the d4, and then he took back e takes d4, trying to keep his pawn formation together. Then I played bishop to f5. I'm going to try to get my bishop outside of the pawn chain, so when I go e6, I'll have two good bishops. He plays d3, bishop d3, so kind of forced me. I can play, I guess, if I wanted to, g6, bishop g6, but bishop g6 isn't a very good move because I had moved my piece twice and he would take it. So I decided takes and then queen takes. You're thinking, why let the queen in the center? Well, she's really not doing anything at the moment, and it allows me to develop my knight to c6. And he played f4. So then I developed my other knight to f6. He's developing pawns while I'm developing pieces, so I have a good advantage. He goes knight f3. He wants the castle. I go e6. Now I have a very strong dark squared bishop. He castles. I go bishop to d6. I'm attacking the f4 pawn, and it also allows me to castle as well. He goes knight e5. You're wondering, what should I do? Should I take with the knight or the bishop? If I take with the knight, then it's kind of it gives me a problem of a fork with the rook and the knight and the bishop. So I take with the bishop. He takes. Then I play knight e4, which is an outpost, very very strong outpost. He tries to stop me. So I bring my queen to h4. I'm protecting my knight, and I'm also preparing castles, and then f6. He goes knight f4, f3. I bring back e7. I don't have to worry about my knight anymore because there's only one piece attacking the knight, which is the queen, and he won't take the knight because a queen is more valuable than a knight, so that's why. He played bishop to e3, developing. I castled. He went knight d2, attacking my knight. And I don't want to let him take it because he'll win a pawn. So I trade. Takes, takes. Bishop takes, and I play f6. He plays rook f3, trying to double. I say, ain't gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So I take the pawn. He goes h3. He's trying to checkmate me at h7, and I see that, so I go e4. I now have an extra pawn, and I have a passed extra pawn. He goes g3, trying to make his bishop go to h6, winning a rook. I don't let that happen because now I'm threatening. If he does that, I'm threatening, a lot of issues. I can move my rook. My king's protected. A lot of things are Operation Go, so there's really no problem. He goes bishop e3. He's trying to hold his d4 pawn. He thinks I'm going to go d5, pawn takes, and that type of a situation. So he didn't see what I played. I played knight to e3. I'm rerouting my knight, and he doesn't see the whole idea, which was the f5. And so I did f5, knight f5, forking bishop, queen, and rook. He goes rook f1. I take the queen. He takes queen, takes, then I double up my rooks. I'm really have a strong position now. He goes there, takes, takes. Now I'm starting my onslaught on the king side, and I can lock down the king side and move my rook over, and he has a problem. I can even, if he plays well, like bishop to e5, I can even walk my pawn down because the king's blocked off. He goes king f2, which was a humongous blunder. It wasn't. He was low in time at this point, so it's a time error thing. He didn't know how to control his emotions when he was low in time, so he blundered. Play king f2. I went bam. Oops, sorry about that. I went g5. So I'll go back. I'm sorry, I'll go back and show you. King f2, that's what he played. Then I went bam, g5, pinning the bishop. The bishop's pinned to the king, and now I'm attacking it with a pawn, and I'm going to win it. He goes king e3. I take. He takes with his pawn, and I play king g7. I play king g6. He plays b3. Trying to get a passer. I go rook h8. You're wondering why rook h8. Rook h8 is a very interesting move. I'm going to play h5. When he takes, I'm going to take, and then now I can get to the second rank and start harassing his pawns and winning them. That's why he plays a6, a3. I go h5. He goes g5. I go h4. He goes king f1, trying to stop it. I go h3. He goes king g1, and I go h2. My goal is to trap his king there, and he gets a huge surprise. I calculated all this out. And I go e3. He goes f5, takes. He pushes. I push. He pushes his pawn there. I'm going to step back and allow you, my friends, to find the checkmate in 2. Exactly, you're smart, and you know what you're doing. First goes queen, moves there, and then queen, and it's mate. I'm so glad that you got to enjoy the game as much as I did. I want to leave you with a little bit of wisdom. We have to always remember that when we play chess, we have to act as a rock. So I'm going to read you something that talks about a rock. My rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my strength in whom I will trust, my buckler and horn of my salvation, and my high tower. Now with that, I want to leave you with that, and as always, God bless, and I'll see you next time on Chess Cruncher.